Okay, welcome back again. I have just shown you the solution of the section AB, which was perpendicular to the strike lines. Now I have got another section to solve, but before solving that section, I would like to tell you that the profile, the ground is inclined towards east. The slope is inclined towards east and rocks are dipping towards west. So rocks are dipping away from the slope. This is a very good situation or condition. If you want to make a road here, you will cut a bench here and you will excavate this much material and you will create a bench. To create bench, and on this bench you will be having your road. So here also you can excavate and create bench for the road. In this situation where rocks are dipping away from the slope is usually safe. Had it been the rocks dipping in the slope, this slope would have not been a very safe slope. Another example I would like to give you here: if you want to make a tunnel, if you are moving from this direction, as far as excavation is concerned, that means you are excavating against the dip. This is again safe condition. If you are excavating from this direction, so this is unsafe condition because you are against the dip of the rock. Against the dip, drive against the dip. Here drive with the dip here. This is with the dip. So this is safer position. If you make a tunnel here, you will have different rocks along the tunnel. At this level, D is not going to come, at least in this part of the section. Afterwards it may come or it may not come. What you have: rock A, B and a little of rock C. Now I will explain another section to you. Now this map again I am using, and I am going to have a section. For example, this section, I am giving you a very simple section. This is a section which is XY section. This is XY section. For this section also, I will fold the map along line XY, will measure the length of this section XY, which is almost 20.5 centimeter. So I will draw a line of 20.5 centimeter here, the baseline. This is 20.5 centimeter baseline. I will have a vertical scale on the two sides. I am not marking the scale because of short of time, because I have to keep this video somewhat small as far as its memory is concerned. After this, I will put this map again. First of all, I will transfer the contours wherever they are coming, like this. 400, 300 and 200 is slightly touching. It is not exactly touching, slightly touching. So we may not go exactly up to 200, we may go more than 200 because we are beyond this contour of 200. Now I will transfer the contacts. So it was beyond 200, so I will take 220. Then we have 300. Then we have 400. 200, 300, 400. Then we have 500 contour. This is 500, and after 500, this is 8, 7, 6. 5 has come twice, so this is again 5. this is again 5, this is again 5. So 5 has come thrice. Then we have 6, then we have 7, then we have 8. So you see here at this location 5 has come twice, and this is a valley, so this point must be less than 5. Then 5 and 5, you see it is going very close to 600, so this point may be at 570. So that you have to keep in mind that if you have contours of same value, then where you have to suppress the profile and where you have to raise the profile. So here I am raising, here I have suppressed, and then we have a point here, and then we will almost end up at 250. Again we will slightly rise like this. You see, this is the situation here. So this is the section along X, Y. I have transferred the contours 800, 700, 600, 500, 500, 500, 400, 300 and 210. I have taken this very point. After this, I will transfer the contacts, whatever has come along my section line. So this is the first contact, then we have another contact here, another contact here, and then we have a contact here. Now we will again have to work out the inclination. For inclination, what we do, we transfer the strike line. So now I am transferring the strike line. I can transfer it anywhere. Simply I am transferring the distance between the two strike line. This is 700 strike line and this is 600. I am using the same strike lines which I have drawn for previous section. So this is 600, this is 600 and this was 700. Again from higher point to lower point we will draw 1 centimeter line, and from this point we will join this point. This was 600. This is strike lines which I have transferred. Now if you see along this section, this length is more. Once this length is more, the distance between the strike line is more, the angle of inclination will be less as compared to the previous section. And this angle of dip of the same rock, which was suppose having 20-degree dip in the previous section, here it is having 18-degree dip. This dip is called as apparent dip. This is called as apparent dip. Apparent dip is always less than, it is always less than true dip. Apparent dip is always less than true dip. This section is the oblique section. This is not a section which was perpendicular to the strike line, but it is an oblique section. Now after drawing angle of dip parallel to this angle of dip, we will draw the contacts inside the section like this and like this. You can put the symbols. Here again put the symbols, and measure the thickness of the rock. Measure the thickness of the rock. You will find the thickness of the rock has changed. The thickness of the rock has changed. Why? Because of different slope. So a rock which was very thin, it seems to be thick here because angle of slope has changed. So this is the real thickness of the rock, the shortest distance between the two contacts. This is the real thickness. You will have different real thickness, you will have different drilling thickness, you will have different drilling thickness, and you will have different outcrop thickness also. Different outcrop thickness also. You can see this rock which is in reality very thin, but it is giving you a very large outcrop thickness. This is the leftover thickness of rock oldest rock and leftover thickness of youngest rock. This is not complete thickness. A and E will not give you the complete thickness. Rest of the rock will give you the real thickness. So now once you change the section, that means your profile will change and also the distribution of rocks will also change. So this was a section which has given you apparent dip because the section is not perpendicular to the strike line. It is not perpendicular to the strike line. It was oblique to the strike line. So I have given you this a very simple exercise again. If you take some other sections, you may find some level of difficulty, but ultimately we have to solve it. Whatever may be the difficulty level, we have to solve it from any other section. In this section also, for example, just to give you an idea that we may be interested in making a dam, there is a valley and there is a hill, you may be interested in making a dam here, for example. You are interested in making a dam here. This was a valley. So you can see that the rocks in the foundation of the dams, they are dipping towards, rocks dip towards west abutment of the dam, west abutment of the dam. So this is just for example. So this is how we have solved this oblique section. There is one more section left. Which I will explain you in another video, and that section will be parallel to the strike line. Section parallel to the strike line. There we will have almost different picture. But before going to this, I will explain you through PowerPoint presentation what exactly we mean by strike, what exactly we mean by dip, true dip, apparent dip, etc., etc. So thank you. So these two sections are important sections. You first start with this simple one, and we will have slightly more difficult section afterwards once you are well versed with this map. Okay, thank you.